Could you ever imagine to see Tom Brady and Drew Brees in the same division, Ray?
Never at all. Never at all. Which way you talking to? There's
well, there's two ways. I'm sorry. Kamish, go ahead, Kamish.
It's gonna be right now, so I got out the way.
Go ahead, Kamish. Kamish, go ahead. Thoughts on that? Having Drew Brees and Tom Brady in the same division?
Never. I never thought Tom Brady was gonna leave New England, so I would never think they would both be in the same division at all. Right.
Box office. What are your thoughts on that? Tom Brady and Drew Brees in the same division?
I'm ready to see these two old dudes go at it, man. What they playing? What's that? Week 1 or week 2? They going at each other? I'm ready to see that. I mean, whoever thought we would see Tom Brady in anything else besides New England Patriots jersey? But here we are. This is the situation we in, and I'm ready to see who gonna light it up.
Ray, what are your thoughts about that? Tom Brady and Drew Brees. Is that the matchup everyone's waiting to see now in this division?
I see these two guys coming in real safe, so I'll go the other way. We're going to see off the rip with Drew Brees and Tom Brady. It's going to be a bunch of morons comparing and contrasting Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. They're going to forget that Drew Brees is even on the field because they're going to be micromanaging and microanalyzing every pass that Brady makes. So from that perspective, I'm looking forward to seeing the stupidity. But as for the football, it's going to be high-level football. 2 high-level coaches, 2 high-level quarterbacks. It's going to be great TV.
Now, once Tom Brady went to that division, did we automatically assume that they were going to win it? Like he's going to run away with it, Travis?
No, I still don't think they're going to win the division. I mean, you got New Orleans. They're coming in there they're already an oiled machine. I mean, you got Drew Brees, you got Michael Thomas. I mean, they're bringing in Emmanuel Sanders, but Tom Brady's coming into a whole new situation right now. He's got new weapons around him. Sure, he brought Gronk back in there with him, but we don't know what Gronk we're going to get. I still don't know what that offense is going to look like. There are 2 opposing philosophies there. Tom Brady, he's more of that dink and dunk. He's not going to want to sit there and hang in the pocket and take the deep shot, but that's what Bruce Arians is all about. He's all about pushing the ball down the field. So I need to see how these 2 philosophies going to match. That's what I need to see right there.
Kamish, what are your thoughts? Is Brady going to run away with the division, or is it still the Saints?
It's the Saints. I have the Saints winning the division. Like Travis just said, they're a well-oiled machine, especially now with not being a lot of mini camps and everything like that. Brady's coming to a whole new situation. The Saints, they're basically gonna go out there and kill like they do the last 3 years. So I don't.
Mr. Jarve, can you agree for the first time on Hitless history with Mr. Box Office about the Saints?
Well, I'm a Drew Brees fan off the rip. That's my favorite quarterback in the league. I'm a Giants fan, but I love Drew Brees. But I'm listening to Travis, and once again, it goes back to this point he had when he discredited Cam Newton in the group, right? Where he discredited the importance of the quarterback position. By proxy of adding Tom Brady, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are live. The most weighted position in the NFL is the quarterback position. I don't want to hear about Bruce Arians' philosophy and this and that. Bruce Arians is going to tailor whatever he needs to tailor to make sure that Tom Brady is successful. So all of this safe talk, I got to see, get the hell out of here. They're going to do what they have to do. Tom Brady is still a high-level quarterback, and that's the most important position in the NFL. So if you want to tippy-toe, you digging and ducking what you take, Travis. It's Tom Brady. They're going to figure it out.
Ain't nobody tippy-toe. I'm sending it. If Bruce Arians has historically been a guy who wants to push the ball down the field, Mike Evans has a specific skill set. He's a down the field type receiver. Right. Godwin, he's a down the field type of receiver. Right. Tom Brady has historically not want to sit in the pocket to take the hits. Right. If he see the hit coming, he's dumping it. It takes time for those receivers to get down the field. Does it not take time for receivers to get down the field?
You don't have faith in Bruce Arians to tailor a system around Tom Brady. They already went and got Gronk, my guy. So obviously they're trying to make sure. You talking about the Gronk who looked trash you talking about the Gronk outside of the Super Bowl didn't look good that last season. Really didn't. So what you're saying is you don't believe in Bruce Arians to do what's necessary.
No, I don't know if this is. I want to see this gel. I don't know how this gel is going to work.
So you don't actually have.
I don't know how this gel. No, guys, I don't know how this gel is going to happen.
1 second.
I need to see whose philosophy is going to win out in here.
1 second. Commish, I got to stop putting you on segments with Travis because you seem to get no time when he's on because he's busy yelling. Commish, can you get in a few words?
Somebody's always going after Travis.
Right.
Always.
Commish, you had a few words?
I welcome it.
Arians is definitely going to cater to Tom Brady. It's not going to be like, hey, this is how I want to run the offense. That's silly. That would be no point of him getting them. That would be no, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely, and I think that's why it's going to take them a little bit longer to gel because of that. But he's going to ask Tom Brady, hey, what are you comfortable with? Okay, this, and that. He's going to definitely use what he's comfortable with into the system. He's just not going to put him, be like, hey, this is my system. This is how I do it. You got to adjust. No, that's definitely not going to be the case.
So, Travis, I wanted to ask you about your Panthers. So what's now moving forward without Cam Newton? What about the Panthers and what about the Falcons? What do we see for those two teams in the division? Could they surprise us and possibly win a wild card or even win it?
Panthers, no, we're in a straight rebuild mode around here. I mean, we went out here, we made a decent decision. We brought in Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, I appreciate people think I'm a Cam hater. I appreciate everything he's done with us for us, but they wanted to move on from him. Hey, it is what it is. I think the biggest loss the team has this year is the loss of Luke Kuechly in the middle of that defense right there. He was the leader of that defense. He was the quarterback of that defense. He was the heart of that team right there. We're going to be leaning on Christian McCaffrey. We just gave him the big dollars on that team. We brought in Robbie Anderson, the speedster from the Jets. So we'll see what that looks like. We brought in the offensive coordinator from LSU who was with the Saints. So he's going to be bringing that Saints explosive offense. We'll see how Teddy Bridgewater gets down with that. It's I'm on the fence. I did not like our first round pick in Derek Brown. I think he gives me very Nick Fairley, Marcelo Darius vibe. I don't believe in spending top 10 picks on run stuffers. He to me, he doesn't look like, I don't get the Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt, Chris Jones, pass rushing type ability from him. I think he's going to end up being a run stuffer, and I don't believe in top 10 picks on run stuffers. As far as the Falcons, I like the pickup of Todd Gurley. We'll see what he's still got left in the tank. He's on a 1-year prove-it deal. They replaced Austin Hooper with Hayden Hurst, so that we'll see how that works out for them. They still need that pass rush situation figured out. They brought in Dante Fowler from the Rams, too, to try and pick that up. Last year, the team, they put it on the line for the coach, man. They went out there, they fought for him. Well, guess what? That ain't gonna cut it this year. We need to see production, and we just gonna be out here fighting for our coach. So we need to see improvement. So I think the Falcons end up third in that division, with the Panthers ending up fourth in the division.
Ray Jarv, what are your thoughts about the Falcons and the Panthers in this division this year?
I mean, we're gonna see when it comes to the Panthers. I like their offense. Even when things got a little murky, when Cam left out, they had the backup come in there, and they were able to move the ball. They have statistically the best running back in the game right now. And I also like that wide receiver, not Robbie Anderson, he's trash, but DJ Moore. He showed me a lot at the end of last season. So I feel like they have a solid quarterback, they have a solid running back, they have a receiver who can be really good in this league. You have the 3 key components. The O-line is pretty good. So I feel like offensively, they're going to be able to score, especially in the NFC South. You got to be able to score points. So for me, it's a defense. What you said about the interior lineman on the defensive side, kind of sort of true. But if you look at what NFL teams are doing with interior linemen in these days, granted the edge rusher is important, but a lot of schemes, they're relying on the interior lineman to free up the edge guys. We even starting to see they move Aaron Donald out from the inside to the outside, and they ask another guy to grab more attention so he can get the one-on-ones on the outside. So maybe the kid you drafted, he can do that for your potential edge rushers. Your defense, I don't know what's going on with that. But I like the Panthers offensively, and in the NFC South, it ain't much defense being played, if we're being honest. With the Falcons are a generic brand. You know what you're going to get. If you want to go get a Hostess honey bun, you know what you're going to get. If you go to McDonald's with the dollar menu, you know what you're going to get. With the Falcons, it's the same thing. You're going to have a decent offense, a somewhat disappointing defense. They're going to be in some close games, and then they're going to lose. The only thing different about them is the packaging. That uniform is horrible. I don't know if y'all saw that new uniform that they have.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yo, that uniform is hot. I like the uniform.
I'm mad they never brought back the all black joints with the Michael Vick era.
Oh my!
All black joints they used to have, those was the fire ones. They never brought those back.
I think what we're going to see with the Falcons is going to be some Sundays where we're going to tune in and we're going to be like, oh, they're in a close game, and they might win or they might lose by field goal at the end. This is what they do. So I don't have any faith in the Falcons. And you can clip this. I might be 100% wrong. And they might go 12-4 this year. But because they're so generic, you just don't know besides anywhere between 7-9 to 9-7.
Kamish, what are your thoughts about the Falcons and the Panthers?
The Panthers, they're going to be fourth. They got a Teddy Bridgewater. He should do okay with the offense. The offense is not going to be the problem.
Right.
I think they used their whole entire draft on defense.
Pretty much.
Every draft pick was a defensive player. So that tells you about where the defense is going to be. I mean, I don't think it's going to be too good. Like you said, they lost Kuechly. That's a big loss. I do believe in your first round pick. He was a beast in Auburn.
So was Nick Fairley. What happened to him?
I'm not talking about.
You gotta see, bro. You can't do that to him.
Yeah.
I see run stuffer. I need pass rush.
Not everybody's gonna be Aaron Donald or
Right.
You can't get that, So, but I like him. He was producing at Auburn. So you need to. I mean, you should know your teams in the LSU. You should definitely know that.
If he's attracting 2 offensive linemen on the line, he's done his job. Because that means
that's a run stuffer. That's a run stuffer. That's what he is.
No, but that helps in the pass rush too. Because that means if you got an edge,
that helps in the run game. In the pass rush, they're gonna ignore him. That helps in the run game.
If you have one guy sucking up 2 offensive linemen, that means someone is 1-on-1.
But that's in the run. That's in the run game. In the pass rush, if he's not, he doesn't see me. I don't see him as a guy attracting a double team. I don't see him attracting double teams in pass rush.
I'm telling
you, Ray, you just have to remember it's Travis. That's what we've come to conclusion and just realizing it's Travis. Everyone messages me. They're like, "What is wrong with this guy?" I'm like, "It's Travis. I have nothing else to say. There's nothing else I can say. It's Travis." Final question I wanted to ask you guys: are you confident? Say it again.
When you finish with the Falcons, real quick.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And the Falcons, to me, they ain't been the same since they lost Shanahan. They just, you know what I'm saying? That's been a big loss. They haven't covered since then. You know, they had a lot of injuries one year, so you don't know what you're gonna get with the Falcons. Like Ray said, they could go 7-9, they could go 10-6. They might win the division. You just don't know with them. So to be honest, that's it.
Final question is: are you guys confident in the NFL's plan dealing with COVID-19 that we'll actually get a season and we won't have any major COVID outbreaks? Ray, Jar.
Honestly, with COVID, if it's one thing, I say if you want to wait and see, it's with this virus. I don't see too many issues right now. We're not hearing too many NFL players, like with the amount of players that they have, the ratio of sick to not sick seems to be okay. But once you get guys getting around each other and tackling, and then you want a social distance, but at the same time tackle on the field, I'm a little perplexed by that. So that's the situation where I need to see how it plays out. Is it going to be continuous testing, day to day, week to week? How do they do that? There hasn't been much of an announced plan from the NFL, so I really can't speak to it. But if you're telling me we're distancing and we can't do jersey swaps, but I can tackle you, that's a little confusing for me. That's where I'm at with this.
Kamish, what are your thoughts? Are you feeling confident that the NFL will get this new social distance era of sports down?
I don't. Not at all.
Okay.
I don't think they're gonna finish the season. To be honest, it's just too much variable gonna happen. The travel, the playing with each other, the players are players. They're gonna be doing their own thing. Trust me. People can't even. I'm doing my own thing. So what do you think these players are gonna be doing? So I have no confidence that the season will finish at all, but we'll see. We have to wait and see.
Mr. Box Office, are you confident that Goodell will get it down pat?
No, which is funny because a few months ago, I think we did a video back in May or whatever. I said, there's no way in my wildest imagination that we still be dealing with this in the fall. But here we are in August, still dealing with this. I was wrong on that one. Definitely was wrong on that one. But I just don't see how they're going to get this done. I mean, you got players, people moving from city to city, all this travel. It's too many. You got rosters with 60-something people on it. I just don't. And we all know the NFL is a very reactionary league. They're not proactive in what they do. So therefore, just sit here and look at baseball. They having outbreaks. Tough. What you think the NFL going to have?
All right. Ray, to finally close out, your thoughts, comments?
Travis, what kind of capitalist are you to have doubts that they're going to finish the season? Of course, there's money to be made. Last week you were screaming about capitalism, and this week you fumble the bag. What's the matter with you, bro? Of course,
because I'm talking about players getting paid.